What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy Show. I am one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You tired?
No, I'm actually
It's been a long week for you.
It's been a long week for me.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second.
Absolutely.
Over here, the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. First down. The Jets. They're here. That's it. When are they going to... How
They're 1-0, Greg. 1-0.
How famous do you have to get? Now you've dated this video. Maybe they're 1-1 now. Maybe they're something for sure. They definitely are 1-0.
They have a record. They've won a game, though. They've won a game.
How famous do you have to get, you think, so that when you go to the Meadowlands, there's a Colin Moriarty statue out front, you bronze, doing the first down?
Me and Joe Namath out front?
Yeah.
I want to get you there so badly.
That'd be awesome.
So we're doing that right here on kindoffunny.com, so that's the whole point.
I have to be one of the 10,000 most well-known fans of the Jets. Right? I gotta be in that list.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
I gotta be in that list, right? I gotta be in the, like, if you know,
You're easily in that list.
in the biggest names of Jets fans. I'm
like
in the top
alive?
10,000.
Like one
Yeah.
of the top 1,000?
No,
Just
10,000.
jump? Okay,
10,000.
I was making sure you still said 10.
Wait, before we continue with the intros, can I ask, are the Jets a hugely popular team in the grand scheme of things? Like right now, are they going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Are they favored for any of this stuff?
No,
Okay,
no,
yeah, so
definitely
you're
not.
easily top 9,000.
People actually sent me a map real
Moving on
quick.
up.
So they released this map, and it was going around the internet. And it was county by county who the favorite teams were in every county, and the Jets were the favorite team in none of the counties, including Long Island, 2 counties.
Wow.
And I was actually talking to people online. I'm like, I grew up there. There are definitely more Jets fans than Giants fans on Long Island. I don't believe the statistics. I really feel like it's based on TV viewership, which would make more sense, I guess. But that was a little confusing to me. I'm like, I don't think so. Those 2 counties would
I
definitely.
mean, it's
be
just
Jets
because they haven't been to a Super Bowl in a really long time.
since 1969.
Yeah, so that's probably why they're not in vogue.
And then for the Islanders, I think I'm in the top 1,000 most well-known Islanders fans.
I guarantee you are. I'm going to give you top 500. Islander
Okay, I'll
fans.
take it.
'Cause
what about-
that includes the guys that
I
play
guess
for the
this is
team.
a great point. Like, I think, when we're talking about fans, you're not talking about ex-players. So Joe Willie Namath doesn't count, correct?
No.
All
He's number
right.
1 though.
Yeah, of course.
Well, maybe he does count. Sure, he
Okay.
counts. Okay.
Sure.
And then you got the guy from
Still there.
Entourage,
Yeah.
Eric E.
Yeah.
He was a big
E-Money.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're off in the weeds. I don't know. Jimmy Fallon. I
You're
don't
number
know.
3.
Yeah.
Colin's
I'm the
officially
third
number
most
3.
I'm
well-known
going
Jets
3.
fan.
I'm going
Yeah.
three.
Cool. Let us know in the comments who you think the most well-known Jets fan is. Over here, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Tim. How are you?
Good.
How tired are you?
I'm very tired.
Yeah.
But I'm very good.
All right. So now let's get to the heart of the matter here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we get into an interesting thing. Of course, the Game Over Greggy Show each week is 4, sometimes 5 best friends gathered around this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that. Now, this is where we're in uncharted territories, and it gets weird because we
Uncharted.
El goddamn Dorado. We put up the video, but we also put up the audio podcast. So we tell you all the time you can get the audio podcast the Friday before everything else comes out. Now, here's where we're into a time paradox, ladies and gentlemen. If we are tickling your eardrums right now and you're listening to us Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you have the inside scoop. We've been putting up all these images.
Little teasers.
Little teasers. We're up to something, we keep saying. Hashtag GameOverGreggy evolves. GameOverGreggy, the YouTube channel, knock on wood. This is the other thing. We're baking the cake as we talk about it, which is never ends well
Never
for
good,
anybody.
yeah.
But we have to do it. It's dead. YouTube.com/GameOverGreggy. Dead. Gone. It's been what we've leveled up. We've evolved into kindoffunny.com. YouTube.com/kindoffunny. Right there was a big thing that we got to make sure that works now. But what I'm saying is it's changed. The big reveal of all this happens on Monday. We're incredibly excited. We're all working on this right now. We're going live with this Hunter Pence video, this rap video.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it,
A very fun rap video.
yeah, a
that
comedy
we
rap.
spent
video,
a lot
some
of time
would say.
making, a lot of fun making it.
Right.
And I'm excited.
That was
for
actually
it.
the
You guys
most.
should be excited.
That was
for
probably my favorite shoot I've ever done. by the
Really?
way. Yeah.
That's good.
I think so.
And we
Heads
did
up
it for
too.
you.
If you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, this is my topic too, by the way. So we're just into the weeds here of a million things happening.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure.
Because there is a lot going on.
There's
but
too
at the
much
end of the
going
day, all of this is for the best friends out there.
Right. Well, we're not
Trying
even
to
done. So like,
help them in different ways.
Exactly. So the whole point of this is like, if you on top of the Hunter Pence video on Monday going live, also on Monday, instead of the show going live, a video is going live for our Patreon page. Patreon.com/kindoffunny. And this is the great news. If you want any of these links, you can just go to kindoffunny.com. Right, Nick?
Absolutely.
And they'll all be there working like a charm.
Me with my just masterful mastery of HTML.
I hope it's just
I
hope kindoffunny.com is just a white web page with blue hyperlinks to all the things we're talking about.
That's probably all it's gonna
That's
do
all
to
it needs to
start.
be to get going. But
I don't know. The video went well. The edit went well on the Hunter Pence video, so I've got a little extra time.
Good.
Well,
I mean,
Hunter Pence
we're
is a
still
famous
here.
baseball player.
Right.
everybody.
There's
that does it now.
sorry if this all sounds convoluted and jumbled, but it's one of those things where we all had a different task to do here in this thing. And we've all run off to the four corners of the earth to do it. And now we're finally getting to come back together and talk about it. And so we're all catching up as we go to make sure this works. But so for the listeners at home, if you're the viewer, you already caught the Monday video. I'm sorry. You have to sit through this again, kind of. The idea here is that almost 3 years ago, I started this YouTube channel, right?
Was it that long ago?
Right? Yeah. It'll be, I mean, yeah, it would be,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And I started this YouTube channel, GameOverGreggy, and the idea was that I wanted a creative outlet, and I wanted to make goofy videos with Colin. I thought this would be cool to talk to him there. It'd be fun to make this Oreo video. I'd learn how to edit video, and I'd have fun. It was only I was out there looking for myself.
It was all about you.
It was, yeah. Fuck you. Classic. And that happened, but then along the way, these chuckleheads all started getting more and more involved. Originally, if you remember, Colin, I had to sell you on Conversation with Colin. You were like, it's not going to be funny. It's not going to work. Why would I want to do this? And I'll never forget, we did 3 Conversation with Collins. We did like 18 that day, but we finished the 3rd, and as we were resetting, you leaned back and you went, I guess I do say crazy stuff sometimes. And I was like, yes.
There was literally, when I started editing those, and I'm sure you'll get to that time period, there is one quote, because remember we used to do the pull quotes in the beginning of them, where it would just be Colin's random
still
quote.
do that, yeah.
And he's like, the ant is an ingenious animal.
That was the first episode.
That was the first one.
Was that the very first
You
one?
didn't edit that, but yeah.
I thought I edited that
No,
one, didn't I?
you didn't edit for a long. That's the whole point. Is that remember I took them to learn how to edit and do everything. So I started going down that road, and then we all started getting more and more into the YouTube channel and more serious about what we do. Of course, Tim was the one who has been on this YouTube bandwagon forever. He was making videos before I think any of us knew YouTube was going to be a thing. We're all like, I'll tell you what the future is: written articles, 7-page reviews at GTA,
Print magazine.
That's what
Print
the future
magazine's
is.
the future. It's coming
So.
back.
You know, it was a slow dawn. I mean, I came back. The whole reason I started the channel was because of VidCon, right? The 3 VidCons ago when I went to VidCon, and I was like, I came back and I was like, whoa, this
So
is.
it's been 2 years then.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But it's.
Because we just passed VidCon.
I mean, we can
But,
tell.
so we're into the 3rd year.
Yeah,
of,
we,
okay.
we're just, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That was
We're
our
not that old.
3rd VidCon that we just went to. Correct.
Right. So that would have been our 2nd anniversary there. So now we're into. Okay, whatever. Thanks, Tim.
You're welcome. Just
Yes. Pure one.
Facts.
Came back. Super excited about it. Started doing it. And then, remember, we asked you to come film it, show us how to work stuff.
Right.
And then you guys never left. You kept coming back. And we're like,
It was fun.
It was fun.
I remember when Colin and I made $100 off of like 3 months of YouTube. And I'm like, do you want some of this money? You guys were like, nah. And then you don't even eat pizza because you're some kind of psychopath. So we couldn't even pay you on that.
I think I ate
I ate
pizza
the pizza.
once.
Yeah,
Tim ate
I had
pizza.
a lot of pizza.
Yeah, you had a lot of pizza here. But then, you know, we all started getting more and more into it, and we all started investing more and more time into it, and then it became that, then you guys started helping me with edits because I was going to blow my brains out editing Oreos by myself. And then, obviously, the podcast starts. Colin starts writing our tweets. Tim starts doing the headlines and the blog roll images. Nick makes sure all the equipment works and we know what's happening. We're now outsourcing work to this young gentleman we picked up at a Home Depot over here.
Thanks for the lumber, by the way.
And so we had to have a conversation, right? That the fact that the term GameOverGreggy didn't really apply anymore. And it would be weird that we want to do more content for you guys. We want to make more videos. We want to do different things with us and the brand and the company we've made here. And to have done that on GameOverGreggy would have been weird. It would be very weird when if you're listening and you haven't seen the Hunter Pence video yet. Imagine that going up on GameOverGreggy and there's like literally 2 seconds of me in that video. That would be weird. It would make sense to us and anybody who watches the GameOverGreggy show, right? That, oh, well, yeah, Tim's part of it in there, but all best friends, blah, blah. But still, people tweet at me every day going like, that was an interesting headline you put on that video. Or I don't know about, I don't even know what they're talking about. Somebody's like, I love the annotations. I can't believe you finally followed Colin around when Colin does his stupid click on this. I'm like, I didn't. Kevin did all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Colin probably didn't know that happened last week.
No, someone
It was
tweeted at
amazing.
me. I think,
Yeah.
and that was,
Yeah.
and so like it's one of those
That's good.
things.
Thank you for that.
We've
Thank you.
literally evolved over time, and now it's time to change that and make sure that it grows with us. And so
Yeah.
that, you know, I mean,
Now, to be clear on this, the GameOverGreggy show is still the GameOverGreggy
Right.
show. So GameOverGreggy is not dead.
yeah, I just meant the URL.
Exactly, but I just to
and
make
also
it
the
clear to them.
YouTube.coms. All of our old URLs still work. You can
Yeah.
still get to everything the old way.
Correct. It is just what we are trying to do. We are trying to do something bigger.
Right.
We are trying to do something that we can grow with. All of us grow with you guys and do more of what you want and all this stuff because it's hard for us. Like doing this show is so much fun and we love doing it. Doing conversation with Colin, Oreo, all that stuff is fun. New stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
We know. We got a lot of stuff planned.
Yeah, we do.
But to do a lot of stuff, we need to be able to like have that path to grow. And when we explain things to people, like, oh, we do this thing. We need people to stop looking at it as, oh, it's your side thing. It's like, this is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it is a thing, and we need to have that thing. And Kind of Funny is the thing that we decided on.
Right. I think that when we took a long time figuring out the name, and ultimately Tim had some great ideas for the name. And
I
we
still like mouth pudding.
mouth pudding was good. That was one of them. That was not serious.
There were
but one of
so
them.
many terrible.
I know, just
names.
absolutely terrible. Mouth pudding was one of the names that Nick
We
brought
shouldn't
up.
say the rest because they're not terrible. They're amazing.
They're good shows. There's some great shows. in there.
But
One day we'll do a list video of all the amazing names that we came up with for this
That's
channel.
awesome.
But I think that kind of funny describes us aptly, just because we're not extremely funny and it unintentionally funny would probably be the best.
Yeah, I
if it was
definitely
just
wouldn't
me.
put us in the extremely funny.
No,
category.
but
Yeah,
we're kind
also
of funny,
not-
and we
not funny.
No, we're not funny, which is a double negative, but. Regardless. But Wednesdays in particular, when we record this show and we get together, is really the highlight of my week because it allows us to get together. I think we have a good we have a good kind of energy with each other, and we like making videos with each other. And it seems like we've been doing it a lot longer together than we actually have been.
Yeah. We haven't even been doing this show a year.
No, and Game Over Greggy will, the Game Over Greggy show will continue to be our flagship, and you'll get conversation with Colin, and you'll get all that other kind of stuff. We'll get to it eventually, I promise. But what I'm most excited about, like Tim was saying, was the prospect of doing something different. I love that everyone wants a conversation with Colin back. What I really want, eventually, for everyone to want, is something new, like the rap video we just did, or something that is bigger and better and grander, and we can do that as kind of funny. And so that's very exciting.
That's the big thing, is like nothing. Tim was talking about this when we were going through a script for the Patreon video. It was like nothing you guys like about the channel or what we do is going away. In fact, it's only getting easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the huge thing. I mean, we're jumping around a lot, guys, and I'm sorry that like seems so crazy, but that's what
I
the
think it
show
seems-
is.
Yeah, we don't script this shit.
Yeah. We've been
Clearly.
talking about this stuff so much, so to us, it's all just like, oh, we all know what we're talking about. But for you guys, like, to make this clear, we are trying to do this thing where you guys can help support us with Patreon, which will allow us to do new stuff, do bigger stuff, do more stuff. But also in doing that, you are supporting iTunes and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So this is an announcement right now, unless you saw the other videos. This might be an announcement to you. We're going free.
Time paradox.
Like, in addition to us asking for your help, we are also going more free than we ever have, where every week you could get it in addition to YouTube on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, any of the podcast places you get it for free. So
this is delayed a week.
it's delayed a week, yes. So
have to
everything
wait
will be
for it.
delayed. So if you want it early, if you want this content because you want to help us and support us and you like it and you believe in it, you can do that and you can get it like when we first release it, or you can wait the week. Also, by supporting us, you're allowing us to grow even more because we are giving it free to the people that don't think that we're worth $1 because a lot of times we're not.
Yeah.
But by giving it to them, maybe one day they'll be like, oh, I do like this. I do want to support. And then that can grow. Even if they never do ever give us $1, that's totally fine. We want them to listen. We want to spread as big as possible so that the most people are enjoying this content. And that's all thanks to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thank you is the Patreon page. And that sounds like I'm making a marketing video for Patreon, but you go to patreon.com/kindoffunny. And if you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a way to support artists, independent people who are creating content like we are here. And there's all these different tiers of success, different unlockables, right? And so the biggest thing coming out of that Patreon page is something you've all been asking for forever. On top of the iTunes thing is the ability to buy, instead of buying the podcast audio only, you can now buy the video podcast early. You can go there, you can subscribe on Patreon, and you can get the video version off Vimeo every week for free. Or not free. I'm sorry. But you know what I mean.
And also, so that's the other thing. We are now going to be offering the video on Vimeo every week. But in addition to that, with the Patreon, we're doing this thing where if you sign up for that tier, you can get the audio, so you don't even need to worry about going to Bandcamp every week. You can get the video without even worrying about going to Vimeo every week, and we will send you it because you're subscribed to it. So if you support for a certain amount, we haven't really exactly like finalized that yet, but by the time you see or hear this,
it'll be
whatever
totally
numbers you see there,
Fingers crossed.
you can
the
just
webpage
sign
work?
up, and it's like a subscription thing where you're a premium best friend. Where you're getting this stuff just sent to you because like you support it, and it'll just go to you, the new episodes, as soon as they're out.
Private
It'll go
wall to
straight
talk
you.
to us on.
Yep. And that's the other thing. Patreon offers us all these other cool things in addition to just the video and audio, where live Q&As, where it's like a private Twitter, essentially.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can ask questions and we'll be there. Like we will see them all. And depending on the tier, like we're offering a bunch of stuff. Like what are we offering?
We're offering a whole bunch of stuff. We're offering Google Hangouts. We're offering one-on-one chats with us. We're offering
Nude
the
photos.
ability. Nope, not doing
Not
those.
nude photos?
No, you've been fished.
Was that off
You got
the-
catfished.
that
got
was off
knocked
the
off
list?
That was
Okay.
like if we make. It was like a threat. If we make no dollars, then we send you nude photos.
Then we're spamming everyone's
Then
Twitter
you have
accounts
to.
in the world.
Yeah, there's that. We're looking into T-shirt discounts. We're looking into the ability to have you it's one of those crazy things where there's all these like normal ones of like, oh, we'll draw you a digital poster. That's awesome. We'll give you a voicemail on your we'll send you an MP3
custom
file.
voicemails or ringtones.
But then they go crazy and they go all the way up to you can be on the show.
Yeah.
Because like it's if you're not familiar with Patreon, it's really awesome. Like it's one of those things where it's a monthly subscription, but then monthly you can give out certain number of like I guess not milestones, but because that's something different altogether. But perks like if you sub 1 month for $1 and you get the podcast or whatever it is, awesome. If you sub the next month for whatever we're asking for, you can be on the show. Like you can change your subscription amount month to month to get the bonus to the content you want or whatever. And then there's milestones we're putting on the side that range about bringing back a conversation with Colin, doing more Aura videos, giving Nick his own show. And I really hope we hit that milestone. Nick's show is my favorite show idea we've ever had.
It's gonna be amazing.
But like the other thing we're talking about all the time, right, is like if you're wondering why the sudden need for this, on top of the fact that we all want to be together and make more content, is we want it to be legit. If you look at the video you're watching right now, it looks really good. This, we're done renting the cameras. We want to buy the nice cameras and have the nice things and be able to give you the show we think you should get. Nick's working on graphic packages right now to make everything look better.
They're gonna be hot.
We're coming. It's one of those things like we're launching right now, and I don't want to use this term soft launch of Kind of Funny, but there's even more coming up.
It's a phased launch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like we're trying to come out now as strong and hard as possible, and the more that you guys are into this, and like the more feedback you give us, this is totally like a moving thing.
Yeah, I mean we're pliable. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole point. This is where it comes back to when we talk about the best friends thing. Is right. Like you guys like the content we make. We want to make more content for you, so we need your help doing it. And so part of that, as it always has been with the comments, right, is sitting here and having these conversations. This is like when we started breaking up the podcast. We had a whole podcast explaining why we were going to break it up into segments. And like there was a lot of backlash. And then after we had the podcast, people understood, and now people don't even think about it. But
Yeah.
this is the same thing. That Patreon wall will be the easiest way for us all to talk about what we're building together.
Yeah, and I want to, something Tim said resonated with me a lot, which was, if you're, if for us, if you're on, we're on the fringe of your life where you kind of listen to a video here, you listen to a video there, you download a podcast here or there, like nothing changes for you at all. And that's like kind of what I like the most about this is that we're still going to be on YouTube with the shows. The shows are still going to be, free, on YouTube. You're going to get access to them, as normal. The podcast will still be there on Bandcamp if you want to download it early. And like Tim said, and what I'm so excited about specifically is so many people have asked us to go on iTunes with the podcast, and we are going to do that for you. So, don't think that this is like a situation where anything's going to change for you. If you choose not to partake in Patreon or anything like that, we totally understand. We still love you. You're still important to us.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you anyway. We just want to kind of open it up, see what you guys think we should do in the future, and kind of sustain this new thing that we're doing, and kind of infuse some money into the project and make things look better, to do better and cooler things. So I said, like, when you want conversation with Colin in 6 months, my hope is that you're not going to want that. You're going to want something even cooler because we can deliver something cooler.
Right.
and we can. Like, I love conversation with Colin, but it's like we are capable of doing so much if we just like have the time and the effort and the like ability to do it. And man, I want to make some fun stuff for you guys.
Me too.
Kind of funny stuff.
So yeah, like we said, it's a work in progress. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you're listening to this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whenever you just listen to the podcast, please go check out all the videos we just talked about. The Patreon video for sure. Check out the Patreon page. Go check out the Hunter Pence video. And then here's the other thing about the Hunter Pence video, and even if you're watching this on Monday, then about everything we're talking about, we need your help with that one, right? Because
Yes.
this is the big thing. Like we talk about all the time, like we love how big we are and we love who we talk to and everything else. And I also know, though, from doing this show that the Venn diagram of our audience, or not our audience, but the people who enjoy our normal content and people who enjoy sports, it's a very, very small thing. But the thing is, you all have, first off, the video is hilarious without knowing anything about sports.
I don't know anything about sports.
You're in it,
at
mixed
all.
in it with his Easter egg sign and everything else. The thing is, you all know people who know sports and enjoy baseball. We need you to tweet this out, share it with everybody, just because we're trying to get outside of our usual comfort zone to be something bigger than what we were with GameOverGreggy. You know what I mean? Like we're more than just one idiot yelling at the camera, and this is like what this
Four
is.
idiots.
Four idiots.
It's 4 idiots.
Sometimes
yelling.
5.
Yeah.
4, sometimes 5 idiots.
with a dog.
This
We got a
table.
dog.
Yeah, I mean, this is our chance, we feel like, to really establish what we're going for and who we are and what we're doing here. And, I want that video to get out to as many people so they come and we get new eyes on this. Because we do enough content where it's like, everyone would love to watch me review an Oreo. We just don't think about it that way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But the people who come here are our best friends, obviously. You already know so much about us. But if you can share it and spread it around, that'd be great for us. And then check out all the stuff. Kindafunny.com should link you to all those things. If you're on YouTube, we'll have links in the description for sure.
It's going to do it.
I'm going to make sure that kindafunny.com/Patreon goes to the Patreon page.
Yes.
Kindafunny.com store goes to the store. Like, there'll be different things. We'll be tweeting all crazy about this.
Yeah, be patient with us. We're trying to get it all together. Also, I'm going to Japan next week, so I'm not even going to be here to help these guys.
Yeah.
And give us feedback.
Yeah, and
like,
feedback.
as much feedback
positive,
as possible.
negative. We need to hear it. We needed to hear it specifically from you guys that are already here.
Yeah.
because you're really our
Especially
people.
the people who are listening to the audio.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're our people. So like,
And
we really want to hear from you.
And make sure, help us on Monday go big with everything. Not just the 100 Pence video, but the Patreon video, everything. I mean, especially if you're listening to this, I'm not super worried about it, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you're listening to this on Friday, don't forget about it on Monday. On Monday's like the big thing. That's when I need you tweeting about it and sharing it with your friends. Don't share super early because...
Right. Oh yeah, that is the other thing. Please try not to share this before Monday.
Oh, really? We want to do that?
Right?
Yeah, I
I mean-
guess. I mean, like, what's going to happen? Some kid's going to... I mean, somebody's
Yeah, they
going
can
to
do.
tweet.
I mean, do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
getting the word out there is awesome, but like,
Yeah, don't be like, I guess go to, hey, everybody go check out kindafunny.com, and it's just the little guy with the
Yeah,
shovel. It's like, we're working on it.
We're letting you into the inner sanctum.
Yeah.
So do with the
Yeah.
information what you will, but when everything goes live, try to recapture that excitement if you even felt any over the last 20
Unless
minutes.
you're a cold husk of a human being sitting there waiting to taste steel. All right. That was good. We're in a good place. I'm super excited about our future.
Me too.
this is great.
Come with me on the
too.
ship of the imagination.
Oh, God, here
You
we
either
go.
have a
No,
dick or you don't.
I mean, I haven't chimed in. Wow.
You remember that? That was something we said here.
No, I don't remember much from last week, mostly because it's been a very, very long week. But yeah,
That's the thing. And I want to, I mean, like, especially when we're talking about, like, how we've evolved and what we're doing, where we want to go with it. You know what I mean? Like, I was not a naysayer, but I didn't want to give up the Game Over name for a while and all this other different stuff. And then I also, it was a struggle for me what I wanted to do with GameOverGreggy, right? Because that is the brand I've built and done all this other thing, and I had all this branding already. But when I was in that house, I know I gave you guys a vague text message.
No,
about
it was
this
an
after
awesome
the fact.
text. Thank you. It got us through the day.
But I mean, like, that isn't even
like,
something like they took the day and shot over at Alexis's place, which is who she was in the video with 100 Pence and all these things. And when I went there for the shoot, I'll tell you, man, like, I've never felt so impotent around you guys. Just because you were moving and you were doing all stuff and you're doing like how great it looked and how awesome the shots looked and you had real people and you had scrims and you had all these different things going on.
There's so many chyrons.
But it's like I've
no
never been on a project with you where I wasn't the talent, and I'm not the talent on this video, and it would have been so awkward. Again, like we're talking about like what GameOverGreggy is an umbrella. It would have been so awkward if it was like you're doing this for the GameOverGreggy channel, and like I just show up and I'm like, I'm gonna eat some of this pizza.
Everything's good.
I will now laugh like I'm laughing at this Friends song. All right, see you guys later, and leave. Like that would have been super weird. And I mean, like that was like one of those proving grounds of like what we all bring to this. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I that's an important thing to reiterate too. Is even though the idea started at VidCon with Greg, and Greg came home and was like, I want to do a show about you to me, and I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then we ended up doing it anyway. We really wouldn't have been able to achieve even 20% of what we ended up doing on GameOverGreggy without Tim and Nick.
Yeah.
And their technical prowess and their know-how and their patience. Because the fact of the matter is that they do a lot of the hard work.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys know Greg and I, and you've gotten to know Tim and Nick through the show and through some things that we've done together. But you really got to give some shout outs to them. We had nothing to do with the 100 Pence video really at all, and that's humbling for us, I think, too, because like Greg was saying, like we usually have something to do with something, even though I often feel very ineffective around Nick.
Well,
and
it's
Tim,
the
'cause
same
I don't-
thing.
'cause
You're the talent.
I'm a writer too, so it's like there's not much room for the things I know best in our business, but they have been patient with that and have been really working hard and sharing the fruits of that labor with us very selflessly. And I think this video is a really good example, but we're real proud of you both for what you did.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And we're really excited about the product. We're really excited about that video. We're really excited that we got 100 Pence involved and Alexis was involved and we had all of our friends in the video and stuff like that. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's really humbling for me to be kind of included in what we're doing, even though I don't have a lot of those technical skills. I'm just kind of here. So it's kind of cool. Hopefully I can learn those things in the future and all that. But so props to you guys for concocting that video, getting it done, filming it, editing it, promoting it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I put 3 chyrons in it just for you.
Thank you. I love it. And
They're
you know
good
how I feel about
chyrons. They're
chyrons,
amazing
and chyrons
chyrons.
make me weak in the knees. So
They do.
it's
The old
make you all
panty
bashful.
dropping Chiron.
I really didn't even know what a chiron was until like 6 months ago. But I used that word for the last 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
You actually used it one time on a shoot correctly. And I was like, wow. Because we were actually rolling chyrons over like live or something. You're like, those chyrons look good. And I was like, and then I just didn't know if you were messing with me or not. I couldn't tell. I could
At,
never tell.
at E3 when
E3.
when I walked in,
Yeah, it was E3.
Yeah, I walked in. and I'm like, the chyrons look great.
They did look great.
But I never even actually looked at the screen. So anyway, congratulations to both of you guys. It's
Thank
a
you.
big, huge technical and creative achievement, I think. Greg and I are really humbled to be around you guys, and definitely on everyone on Twitter, give them their props because this video is really theirs.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's not ours. It is ours.
Yeah, no, we know.
But
We
that's
know
what's
that.
awesome
We
about
get
this,
that.
though. But that's like, I love that. It's like, this is the kind of funny is our thing.
Yeah.
And we have grown it from Game Over Greggy to what this is and to whatever it will be. It's us. It's them. It's doing this all together. And it's like, we couldn't have made that video without you making this platform for us to do this and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And these people watching the videos. It's like, we're all growing together.
We're all best friends.
It's all
that's
fun.
And that's my thing too, right? Is like you came back from that VidCon. I think we both did because that was my first VidCon also. And Tim's like, we got to go to this thing called VidCon. I'm like, that sounds
I'm like,
fun.
shut up, new kid.
Yeah. Like, you don't know anything. He's like, oh, guys, I think the YouTube's kind of a big deal. We came back from that, and I think you and I think all of us needed just a little bit of an outlet to do some creative, like wacky stuff. That's not what we normally do.
Yeah.
And that's what this whole channel was sort of based around, was right, kind of getting out of the comfort zone, reviewing Oreos, talking about food and pizza and stuff like that, and really,
We want to get out of our comfort zone of
Talk
video
about
games
food
and
and
only talk
pizza.
about food and pizza.
you know what I mean. I mean, most of our days filled with a certain subject matter, and we wanted to kind of do something that was a little outside of that. And I think not only have we achieved that, but I'm very excited about where everything can go. And I told you when we were there, you're like, wow, everything looks really good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really hoping that we can hit that level of quality with all of our shows. Like, this show is our staple show, right? This is something where we could do every week, and it's a relaxing show. But I would love to see us have a sort of crazy creative product like that for everyone sitting here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we talked about Conversation with Colin. If we can hit some of those goals, we're going to take that up a notch and make it look awesome, right? Same with, I would love to see Tim spread his wings a little bit more. I'm doing the Tim thing right now.
I like it.
Talk with your hands. Rap
Talk with your
hands.
yo. And do more rap videos because that's his passion, right? And my passion lies somewhere between. Well, we'll see what that's going to look like one day.
gonna be good.
But yeah, that's the awesome part, is that, like, this is what we want to make of it. And
Can't wait to do your show. I really hope we hit that milestone.
We'll
to do
see.
your show.
It's a good one. We've been knocking that one around for a while. too.
yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to thank you guys for including us in this to begin with, right? I mean, this is one of those things where you didn't have to. I remember you were like, I think you were trying to figure out who you were going to ask to come help out. And I think I was I don't know, I think I was a first choice. Tim might have been second choice. I can't remember.
No, you
Vice
brought
versa.
Tim.
Did I bring Tim?
Yeah, you were the choice because I didn't know Tim. I didn't know Tim well. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's right. Because
yeah,
you were still like an associate back then, right? Or were you intern?
I was an intern.
You were intern, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew, and it's one of those things where, like, this is still in the infancy of our friendship, even. You know what I mean? Like,
That's right, because we just started working together on Up at Noon.
I was ride or die with Ty Root my entire IGN career.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
he
He was like
left
the
or
game
whatever.
scoops.
Yeah, and then, or not even, I guess right as he was leaving, we were starting Up at Noon.
Yeah.
And that's where we were working together every day.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
fun.
yeah, it
It
still
was a good
is.
time. We had director. no. I mean, just that time period when it was like, because that was
No,
that
we
was.
still like Up at Noon.
I do actually. It's actually, I think, even better now than it was
BTW,
before.
we're doing a panel tomorrow.
Great.
We didn't tell you about that. Okay.
That's cool. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's just fun to have something.
We've all
that's-
grown so much, and I mean, that's the whole thing. And that's what, I mean, I've never been as proud as I am of a product as I am of what we do here.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Me
this
too.
is a big deal for all of us.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.